Good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever it may be. This is not the Truman Show, but either way, good to say hey to you. We have talked about doing this for several weeks and just having a short video that comes out on Sunday afternoons that would be encouraging for us as we start our weeks, thinking about spiritual things, encouraging us as a group of believers, and reminding us that our hope and our trust is in Jesus. And so today I'm going to read a couple verses to you out of Proverbs chapter 24. We have a baker's dozen of Sundays between now and Christmas. And some of you are probably familiar with the term baker's dozen, and you know that it means 13. And I've read that this is because the weight of wheat was directly attributed to the amount of loaves that should be produced. Well, certainly a baker, or maybe Subway, could say that their sub was a foot long, which is not quite 12 inches long, or they could make their loaves a little bit smaller and keep some of the wheat for themselves. So what they would do is make sure they threw in an extra loaf just to ensure that they had covered their bases and that they were not seen as cheating others. And so Proverbs chapter 24, verses 3 through 4, just going to read these couple of verses for you today. Somebody encouraged me the other day and just reminded me about reading a proverb a day. And I picked it up this week, and this is the one I went to, and it has stayed with me ever since. Proverbs 24 and verses 3 and 4 say this: "It takes wisdom to build a house and understanding to set it on a firm foundation. It takes knowledge to furnish its rooms with fine furniture and beautiful draperies." The picture there is of a house which is very intentional. The furnishings in it are intentional, and it is shaped around those things. And so my encouragement to us and to you all, and even a challenge, is to be intentional in our spiritual life. We are being formed spiritually every single day. The news that we listen to, the shows that we watch, the podcasts we listen to, the music we listen to, all of those things are forming us and shaping us into the spiritual person or the spiritual being that we are. Now, the question is, are we doing that intentionally, or are we just doing that based on what we run across? And so the challenge that Solomon gives us is to build a house, to plan ahead and to plan for it. I heard shared not too long ago that a lot of times people will buy a couch. You buy a couch for a certain house, and 4 or 5 years later, maybe you've moved houses, or maybe you've moved apartments, or different things like that, and you're still trying to fit this same couch into a different space. And maybe the couch needs to be changed out or discarded, or maybe something else needs to be done there. And I thought how often I do that spiritually. I fall into certain practices and habits that they're not helpful to me, they're not encouraging to me, they're not life-giving to me. And I fall into those habits and I hold on to them just simply because I paid the price for it at a particular time. And I don't give attention to how that's shaping me. So just an encouragement to you as you go into this week to think about what it is and what you're putting in your house, and what do you want it to look like at the end. Do you want to be a kind person? Do you want to be a gentle person? Do you want to be loving? How do you want your children, your grandchildren, your friends, and your family to look at you? So it's a great opportunity. It's a great reminder for us as we go into our week to take wisdom, build a house, set it on a firm foundation. And we know that firm foundation is none other than Jesus Christ. So my blessing to you all as you start this week and get ready to go. And my encouragement is to be intentional and thoughtful about the things that we're placing in our houses. God bless you all. I'll see you next week.